One little box, a quick ECU flash, and suddenly this GS feels very different. Let me show you what happened.
The throttle delivery feels instant, and the difference putting the map in is huge. Huge.
Next question, is it worth it? That's a difficult one because
this is the BHP UK ECU Flasher. Costs £549 with one map included. And inside you get the ECU Flasher itself. You get the cable to connect to your bike's diagnostic port and the cable for connecting up to a Windows laptop for updating. You get the usual documentation, and that is that.
think of it like a wee box that talks to your bike's brain. You plug it in, load your map, flash your ECU, and in theory, your bike should run perfectly with whatever mods you've added. So how do you actually do it then? Well, BHP have got a really detailed vid on their YouTube channel, so I'll link that down below. That goes through step by step exactly what you need to do. There's no point in me duplicating that. One thing you do need to know though is this only works with a Windows PC. I normally run Mac. I picked up a cheap Windows laptop for about 200 quid on Amazon. Again, another cost if you haven't got one, and that has done the job. Or find someone that's got a Windows laptop. Key to this is your bike's diagnostic port. You need to know where that is. On the 1300GS, it's down here. Or if you've still got the 1200 or 1250 GSs, it's where your battery compartment is. It's right in there. Initially, you just got to take a quick reading from your bike as is. You send that across to BHP via email. Tell them what mods you've got on your bike, whether it's the decat headers, the air filters, what exhaust you've got. They'll then select the best map for you and send that via email back to you. Once you've got your map back from BHP, install that on your flasher, plug her into the diagnostic ports, switch her on, follow the instructions. The whole process to install it takes about 10 minutes. But is it worth it? I'll give you a clue. Yes.
Right, so what's it actually like on the bike there? Well, I'll tell you straight away. This is us heading down through France on our way to Corsica for the last chicken strips tour of the year of 2025. Straight away I noticed that at low speed fueling, it is so much smoother straight away. With your Euro 5, Euro 5 Plus, you tend to notice on bikes that it's sort of 25-20 mile an hour and below. The fueling can feel quite lumpy. It's the bike's being starved a lot of the time of fuel and all that gubbins. So you end up with quite a lurchy throttle delivery. That is all gone. This is so smooth. And it's like that all through the range. It's just silky smooth now. I didn't actually think the GS was particularly lumpy in its fueling or erratic in its fueling, but now with this, oh, it's just beautiful. And there's definitely extra pep in its step, for sure. It just feels like dialed in, on point. The throttle delivery feels instant, and it just, I mean, don't forget, I have DNA air filters, stage 2 airbox, decat headers. This isn't just the map, but I'd ridden the bike with all that without the map, and the difference putting the map in is huge. Huge. Well, I'm down to 2 bars on mine. The fuel light's not come on yet, but I'm down to 2 bars. How far have we gone? Let's have a look. 130.3 miles since we filled up. I'm down to 2 bars. What's this showing? 41.5 miles per gallon MPG. What's my usual? Right. So the previous trip, the average on that was just under 48. So it's dropped quite a lot.
It takes a couple of tanks for the ECU to just fine adjust, doesn't it? So.
Well, that's what I found in the past, yeah. But this is a second tank, and it's about the same as what I got before. Normally, I can get about 180 to 190 mile to a tank, so the fuel light's normally coming on about 145, 150. That's coming on at 130. Well, the fuel light's not come on yet, has to be said. So there's probably a good 50 mile range, which give me about 180. It's still down
So
about
not a
10
great
miles.
difference, is there?
No, it's down about 10 miles-ish, roughly, a tank. What am I at there, Si? 14 litre, 14.2 litres. Alright, so there's good 5 and a bit litres left there.
Right then folks, that was early October that I flashed the bike. It's now mid to late November. What are my thoughts now? Well, if you've been following the channel, you'll know that recently I put the Jekill Hyde exhaust on the bike and I swapped those QD headers for some Akrapovic titanium fully decat headers. The QD one still had a very small cat in it. That required a new map, and I've got to say, the new map is even better than that first one. That will be because BHP gave me like a generic decat header map for the QDs because they'd never done a QD one before. They have done Akrapovic decat headers and they have done the Jekill Hyde exhaust as well. So they know that on a 1300. That's been fully mapped and dynoed. The second map, superb. I'm still seeing around about 20 mile less range in a tank, but the fueling is just mint and the bike handles sublimely well. I can't put into words and I can't put on camera how much better the bike feels. I didn't think it felt bad before anyway, but now it's just, if you've ridden a 1300, you know how punchy and dynamic it is. Turn that up to 11. It's mint. Next question, is it worth it? That's a difficult one because this is effectively 550 odd quid. You're going to get that map probably because you've got an exhaust and maybe the decat headers, and if like me you've also gone for the like the DNA air filter and stage 2 airbox kit. With all that in, you're looking at like 4.5 grand already, 4.5 grand. Then by the time you add that in as well, this is a serious chunk of change for a GS. That said, you can use this on any bike, any car. If it's got an engine in it, BHP will be able to map it. So it's really going to come down to, do you think it's worth that financial investment? All I'm going to tell you is, if you do decide to go for it, you will not be disappointed. That all said, if you're going to put a decat system on your bike and you're going to be going for the oil-based air filters, certainly the new airbox kit, you will need to remap your bike. Modern engines, particularly the boxers, they come out the factory running very, very lean. Once you start fiddling about with the cat and the air filters, you're introducing loads more oxygen and variables into the engine, and over time, and certainly under heavy use, you're running the risk of some significant damage to your engine. That's why you will need to get it remapped if you're doing any of that. Can I think of any negatives? Other than cost, no. The whole thing takes about 10 minutes, so it's quick, it's easy. You will see a huge improvement in the performance of your bike. However, you will get less range in your fuel. So what do you think then, folks? Have you used the BHP UK ECU Flasher? That's a mouthful. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and do me a favour, smash that subscribe button, give this vid a like, share it amongst your mates, all helps to grow the channel. Get on out there whenever you can, look after those that you love, but most importantly, live your life. Woo-ha!